Hi there, I'm John from CNCKing.com, and today we'll make custom wall art using plywood. The material that this wall art is made out of is plywood. It's 1/4 inch. You can see the thickness here. And it's all laser cut, although I could have routed it out as well. The nice thing about the laser is that you would have a sharp inner corners, like here, for instance, because with the laser, the thickness of the beam is incredibly narrow, while with a router bit, you're sort of limited to 1/8 bit. We have smaller bits, but they tend to break on us, especially when we're doing this kind of work. So the design is just something that the customer came up with, and they wanted something on their kid's wall, and that's where the name Brent came from. What I really enjoy about laser cutting plywood is the availability of plywood. You get it a whole bunch of different thicknesses, different qualities, different sort of laminations. And it works really, really well for a lot of different projects. Now, when it comes specifically to laser cutting, there is an exponential drop in production time the thicker you go. Unlike a router, if you're doing, let's say, 1/2 inch or 3/4 inch, there's almost no real difference in production. But when it comes to laser, because you have a beam shooting down through the material and basically burning its way through, what happens is the more material there is, the longer it takes for that to happen. Therefore, the slower the head over the plywood has to move to compensate. When it comes to routering, there are some downsides though, because this would have to be held down somehow, because otherwise it's going to go flying across the shop. With the laser, as you can see, there's actually no contact at all to the material. So again, each CNC has a plus and a minus, and when it comes down to deciding which to use for what, it generally depends on the design, the material, and the timeline. You know, if you're in absolutely no rush to do anything, laser's great. You know, even for a 3/4 inch plywood, you can do it. It takes forever, but it's possible, and we've done it. The advantage of the laser, of course, is the inner corners. So the inner corners can be sharp 90 degrees, and if you're using a round bit with a router, well, that's just not possible because you have a round bit, and a round bit cannot make sharp inner corners when it comes to plywood or any other kind of material. Having a variety of equipment allows us to do a lot of different things for customers. So in this case here, it's plywood, but we could have made this out of stainless steel, mild steel. We could have made this out of aluminum and anodize it. We could have made it out of Delrin. We could have made it out of plastic, anything. Also the sizing, in this case here, it's roughly 18 inches by 20 inches, but we could have made it, you know, massive or smaller, whatever. It doesn't really matter for us regarding the design, because we can sort of optimize the machine to the design process. What I mean by that is that, you know, let's say you have a lot of very, very fine details, well then we'd use our laser. But if it was something that was really, really big, all those fine details would be done with a router, because it's more cost effective at larger sizes than laser is. Also, the material makes a difference. So let's say we wanted this out of Corian, which is a solid surface material. Generally, it's 5/8 or 1/2 inch thick. And in that case there, we'd use a router to produce it. So if you're looking for a custom wall art and signs and stuff like that to put in your bedroom or across your house, contact me at CNCKing.com. Just send us the design, we'll make it for you and ship it right to your door.